Hey everybody, I want to talk to you about ham radio today, which is a huge topic, but I specifically want to focus on how to take the tests to get the different level licenses you need to operate ham radios legally. So if you're not familiar, there are 3 levels of exams or licenses. The first level is the technician license, the second level is the general, and the third level is called amateur extra. Now, as you work up the license levels, what that allows you to do is talk and communicate on frequencies that can propagate further. So your lowest level license lets you talk on very high and ultra high frequencies that from one radio to another radio directly, which is called simplex, you can only reach so far, a couple of miles maybe. Depends on how much power you're using and the radio, but the general license and the amateur extra license let you use frequencies that are called high frequency, which are a longer wavelength that are able to bounce off of the atmosphere and again off the earth a couple times. So it will let you potentially reach around to the other side of the planet if conditions are right. So graduating to the different license levels and taking additional tests is required because you have a lot more potential to affect people negatively if you are making a mistake or don't know what you're doing. So anyway, how do you take the tests if you're just starting out? Well, if you're not familiar, you can go to the ARRL website, and on there they have explanations of all of this and a bunch of resources that allow you to study for the tests, take practice exams, learn about the reasons why the answers are what they are. And they also have resources that allow you to schedule your examination. Now, the exams were pretty much always done in person at local testing centers, but I think since COVID came around, what's been developed recently is the ability to take your test through a Zoom call. Now, it's still a proctored process, so if you do take your exam on Zoom, which I did, which I preferred, when you get on Zoom, what it involves is having your webcam on, watching your face while you take the exam, but also having a second device like a cell phone set up to watch over your shoulder. That's also part of the Zoom call where the couple of proctors that are watching you can also see over your shoulder that you're not cheating, essentially. So I'm glad to see that the integrity of the testing process is being taken seriously. So that's pretty neat. But as far as the test itself goes, the first level test, well, on the ARRL website, you can find on there every single question you might encounter for any of these tests. They are fixed question pools that I think for the first level exam, there's about 400 to 450 questions you might see, even though your exam is only going to be 35 questions of those or so. So if you are inclined to study thoroughly, you will come across, hey bud, what you doing? You will come across all the questions that you could possibly see on the test. And if you're a good test taker or even a moderately good one, it's not too bad of a process. To graduate to the next level licenses, it's the exact same process. You just need to study an expanded question pool, and you can graduate to your next level license that way. So I recently got my general license, which is the second level license. They're good for 10 years, and they're not that expensive to renew. But one of the interesting things is that I sort of naively assumed that, hey, if I study all this material and I take the test, I'm going to be pretty comfortable knowing how to operate a radio and know I'm within the rules and know the etiquette pretty well so that I don't sound like a brand new person making mistakes when I first start talking. That's not entirely true, okay? You can take the tests and still not really know how to operate a radio barely at all. So it really helps to have a connection with someone who's already into ham radio to help teach you. And taking the test is just one part of the process, but I would argue that you would learn more practical material by having someone teach you how to use the equipment and what the rules are and what the etiquette is in person. So anyway, that's all I wanted to share. So good luck in your ham radio journey. Have a great day.